You already know this is Punch on Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Good morning, good morning. Let me take this snow out this window. Going live, we going live. We going live. You already read the title, y'all. Now, now, I can't look at that. Now that Bud Crawford is constantly talking trash, calling everybody out, whether it's Twitter, whether it's interviews, whether it's having his family out there talking trash. Finally, finally, for a bunch of years, everybody been saying, yo, Terence Crawford need to promote himself. Terence Crawford need to stop being so quiet. Terence Crawford need to talk more. He don't have character. He don't have personality. He's too quiet. He's too simple. Now he's talking. Now he's doing what a lot of people wanted him to do. And now people want him to shut up. What do the fans of boxing want from Terence Crawford? Hmm? Now look, there are fans out there. There are fans out there that they like humbleness. They don't like all that talk trash stuff. There's fans like that. Understand there's different personalities out there. Now there's other fans that like that excite them. I like that trash talk stuff. Then there's other people that like that excites them. That makes them want to buy into a fight. They love that Tony Harrison and Jamel Charlo type of talking back and forth, talking trash, all that stuff. And then there's some people that like that Triple G, Canelo Alvarez, don't say too much. Manny Pacquiao, they just reserve. Don't say too much. They just sell. Their boxing ability sell for itself. Or maybe they don't need to sell that way because the loyal fan base that they have, they're gonna be loyal no matter what. Whether they talk trash, whether they stay still, whether they lose, whether they win. Got a loyal fan base. You don't need to sell it. You don't need to sell themselves that much. But with Terence Crawford, y'all already know the number never that his numbers, his pay-per-view numbers never been all that good compared to, the name that he got, compared to his position in boxing. So now he's trying to get a fight. And what people gotta understand, whether they like it or not, when you're trying to get a fight and you can't get a fight, and you remember, these guys don't have like type of contracts like how you say, they don't got that type of contract like NBA players. If they injure and they don't play, they still get their money. In boxing, they get paid when they fight. And when you have a fight there in front of you where you can make a lot of money and feed your family, and you not getting that fight, and time keeps running out, you keep getting older, then fighters, they tend to bark. And if you don't bark, you might not get what you want. You understand what I'm saying? Some people might not understand what I'm saying because, of course, like I said, there's other people out there that like the humbleness. Yeah, it's cool. I like a respect fighter, but he's ducking them. I never and peep this. I never was the type to be like, if you look at if y'all know maybe, I never been the type to say somebody is ducking somebody, because at the end of the day, I figure, promotional companies, they the one that does the contract. They're the one that, tell this person to fight this person. But what I see about Errol Spence was, I'm going by what I saw in camera. And what we saw in camera is when they had that little argument, Bud Crawford and Errol Spence face to face. Errol Spence said he doesn't answer to nobody. He's his own boss. And if he's his own boss, then prior to signing that fight with Michael Garcia, he should have signed it with Bud Crawford. There was no reason. What up? What up? What up? It was no reason why there was no reason why Errol Spence didn't fight Bud Crawford. Should have never took the Mikey Garcia fight. That was not a fight that the fans wanted to see. That's not the fight that was lined up. That was not the fight that, especially on the pay-per-view, even though that it did a little bit of success, that wasn't a fight that the people wanted to see. That wasn't even a fight that was even in people's minds. And if Errol Spence was his own boss and he wanted to unify so desperately, he would have took Bud Crawford. And he did it. What up, Jason? What's good? Come on in. So I understand some people may not like what Bud Crawford is saying. Maybe he's not accurate. Maybe he's not saying the truth. Maybe about even when he was talking about Manny Pacquiao. Oh, that Manny Pacquiao ran from him and from Top Rank. He left to PBC or something like that. I understand what Terence Crawford is doing. He's barking. He is desperate for a fight. He is very, very frustrated. That's how it sounds. Yet, in a sport that you fight and that's your check to feed your family, you're going to bark. And people got to understand that. Whether they like it or not. They don't got to like it, but they sure got to understand that they like the sport of boxing. In the end of the day, these guys are fighters. This is the way they feed their family. And their fight is their paycheck. They don't get paid to train. You understand what I'm saying? They don't get paid to train. They don't get paid to spar. They don't get paid to run. They get paid to fight. And the only time they get paid and feed their family and the peoples around them is when they fight. Now, people may say, like I said in my video, that, oh, but Bud Crawford, he should have signed with PBC. Look, I'm one of those guys that said the same thing. One of those guys that said the same thing only because he was trying to campaign. I think Errol Spence should stop avoiding Bud Crawford. I mean, how this guy's he's going at you. He's calling you, man. He's seeing you in venues. Y'all talking trash in person in Twitter. If a man, that's one thing I could say. When a man steps up to you, when a man steps up to you. Now I don't know how it is in certain eras, but if a man steps up to me and challenges me, and we lined up, and I actually want what he got. I'm trying to be undisputed welterweight. It's not like I'm fighting Bud Crawford. He just calling me out, and I got nothing to gain by it. There's a lot to gain by fighting Bud Crawford, Errol Spence. It's a lot. It's a legacy fight. Another belt. It's a good money fight. It's a pay-per-view fight. And it's the fight that the fans want to see. All over. Oh, it's just the perfect fight. Y'all both in your prime. Accident is another excuse not fighting Bud. And peep this. A guy tells me, I forgot his name, not trying to disrespect, but a guy tells me, well, Errol Spence was calling everybody out before and nobody wanted to fight him. And and technically, Errol Spence never been avoided. See, that was the narrative that a lot of people like to paint a picture. Maybe the LDBC, the Lady Boys of boxing, maybe they started, this little trend of changing the narrative of people trying to duck Errol Spence. What's good? What's good? Yeah, I like to see that too. I like to see that too. Um, I think Thurman was ducking Errol, but Sean Porter wasn't. I definitely think I'm getting to that right now with the Keith Thurman, because the same people that might not feel like Errol Spence is ducking Bud Crawford feels like Keith Thurman was ducking Errol Spence. Now, let's go back a little bit. Can we do that? Let's go back a little bit. Ducking, let's go to the definition of ducking because I think a lot of people always like to throw that ducking word. So let's go with the definition of ducking. A real duck, if there is a duck, and I don't like to mention duck, a real duck is when you're in position to get that fight that you're calling for. I'm not talking about a prospect calling out a champion, and he's not even in a position to get that fight. And there's a lot of people ahead of him to get those type of fights. That means anybody could call out anybody. That don't mean that person is ducking that person. Now, Errol Spence started to call out. Errol Spence started to call out Keith Thurman because Floyd Mayweather started to call out. Because Floyd Mayweather insisted of Errol Spence fighting Keith Thurman if Keith Thurman wanted to fight him. Remember, Floyd Mayweather started this hate train between the Errol Spence and the Keith Thurman camp. Remember, Keith Thurman was a mandatory defense before they elevated Floyd Mayweather to the super champion. Keith Thurman was a mandatory defense for Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather was trying to say, if you want to fight me, fight one of these guys first, and then you can fight me. That's when this whole Errol Spence and Keith Thurman started. At this time, all Errol Spence was a sparring partner to Floyd Mayweather. Of course, we know he's an Olympian, but at the end of the day, he was just a prospect coming up. So that call out right there is not a legit call out. It's not a legit duck because it's nothing for Keith Thurman to gain. Now, fast forward, Keith Thurman fights Sean Porter. Keith Thurman fights Dennis Garcia to unify. So right there, he's still not ducking on Errol Spence. He's unifying titles. He gets injured, has surgery. Errol Spence has a fight versus Kell Brook. He beats Kell Brook. He becomes a champion. So around that time, a guy that's injured, he can't be ducking Errol Spence. And if you can remember, Keith Thurman, what happened to Keith Thurman? He was out for 2 years. Almost 2 years. Injured, has surgery. That's not a duck. Because if I could say that right now, if people do feel that's a duck, then what Errol Spence is doing? Nobody could tell me, oh, he's injured. Oh, but he has surgery. He had a car crash. No, he's active. He's active. Errol Spence was being an a-hole. Keith Thurman saying his injury was fake, and people started hating Keith Thurman because he was injured because he didn't want to fight. Oh, now the table has turned. Now Keith Thurman is in the same position. Errol Spence is in the same position as Keith Thurman. No, you inactive. Errol Spence, you say you ain't training. You say you're going to come back in May or June. You know what? It's January. Y'all could do the contract right now with Bud Crawford. Let that be your fight coming back. No excuses. That's how I see it. A guy like that got to keep it consistent. That's my take. For me, Errol Spence never been ducked, never been avoided. As soon as he got positioned to be a mandatory defense, Kell Brook didn't duck him. He took that fight. He didn't make Errol Spence fight another eliminator like they did, like Errol Spence and Al Heyman made Ugas did when Ugas beat Ray Robinson for the eliminator. And he was supposed to be the mandatory defense in the IBF to fight Errol Spence. And what they did, strategically move Ugas into the WBC. The IBF gave Errol Spence a voluntary defense. They picked the easy guy. Look, Ugas, move to the WBC. I got you in a future fight. I'm gonna get you in a future fight. Let Errol Spence have this homecoming fight versus a Carlos Ocampo, which at that time was not even a mandatory defense. Business. Yo, nah. I'm in Midtown right now. And mandatory defense with Carlos Ocampo. And remember when he fought Lamont Peterson, and people were saying, oh, he was ducking, they was ducking. Nah. Because when he fought Lamont Peterson in the contract, if he takes that mandatory defense versus Lamont Peterson, he will automatically, immediately have to fight his mandatory defense. So while damn, I got snow on my leg. While while Errol Spence is saying that people is ducking him, he's already hooked on 2 fights. What up, Los? He's already hooked on 2 fights. See, let me tell you something about Errol Spence. Errol Spence is he likes to play with people's minds, the fans' minds. And if you're not too educated on what's going on in boxing, you might believe everything that Errol Spence is saying. But that's why you always gotta follow. See, I understand that boxing is a hard sport to follow like other sports. People sometimes only follow boxing when there's a fight schedule. But right now, if you check the rankings, if you check who's the mandatory, it's like I was saying in the summer. I said this in the summer, and people was coming at me. I said Errol Spence next fight is not gonna be no Manny Pacquiao. I said it's not gonna be one of the top dudes. It's gonna be a mandatory defense. You're gonna see. You're gonna see. Right now, what Errol Spence is doing, he just stopping the clock right now. What do you mean, Punch Drunk, about stopping the clock? He's injured. He's stopping the clock. So then he gonna get an easy touch up, just so he see if he's back. You know, the IBF is gonna give him probably another, or the WBC another. Hey, get a easy fight. You know, your get back fight. Let's see where you at. Trying to stop the clock, mind you. The IBF, he's already having a mandatory with the IBF. Their IBF needs to be handled by January 20th. If they go by the date that it's supposed to be. He's supposed to be having a negotiation by January 20th with the IBF mandatory. Who's the IBF mandatory? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the guy, he's with Frank Warren. He's with Frank Warren. I think he's from the Ukraine. So let's see what they're gonna do. Then the people that sometimes don't understand, they be like, oh, but a unification bout trumps a mandatory. No. You can have a unification bout. You can do whatever you want in the span of those 12 months. Into those 12 months, you can do whatever you want to do. You can fight whoever you want to fight. But after that 1 year is up, you got to fight your mandatory. So that's what I had to say about the avoiding of the Errol Spence. Never did. Nobody never avoided Errol Spence. Errol Spence is not Mike Tyson. But going back to the point of the video is Bud Crawford been calling out everybody in the welterweight division, and he's not getting the fight. I also said in my video, I said in my past videos that you got to be accountable for the business decision that you make. Now, at the end of the day, I don't know. We don't know what's Bud Crawford's contract. We don't know. We don't know the in and out of the contract. But I'm gonna tell you like this: what I think, since we don't know their contracts, like we know NBA players' contracts, and they don't want to notify us, and they don't even want to educate us about their own contracts. They always like to keep the business side of boxing in like closed doors on secret society. Then it's up for us to make assumptions. So here we go on my assumptions. This will happen to Manny Pacquiao and Top Rank. I mean, this will happen to Bud Crawford and Top Rank. And maybe Bud Crawford doesn't want to say the truth. Now I could be wrong, but hey, nobody's notifying us about anything. So let's have our our ideas. Let's let's have our own theories. Bud Crawford was contract was about to expire, right? Around that time, Floyd Mayweather always talked good about boxing. You remember around that time, Floyd Mayweather was talking great about Mikey Garcia. He's talking great about Bud Crawford. And that's because he wanted to sign these free agents. You notice when these guys sign, Floyd Mayweather don't say nothing great about them anymore. He's not kissing nobody's ass after they say they don't want to sign. Remember with Errol Spence? He would have signed Errol Spence. Errol Spence didn't sign. That's it. He ain't gonna say nothing good about nobody. So to keep Bud Crawford, Bob Arum had to throw him something. Something that will keep him in top ranks, knowing that he wants to go to the 147 pounds. I think that was after the Felix Diaz fight. He wanted to go to the 147-pound welterweight. Bob Arum said, "Damn it, he's calling these welterweights on the ESPN top ranked telecast. This guy, I got no more fights for him. I got only one fight or one guy that could make him re-sign with us." Boom. He goes, "But I'm going to promise you a Manny Pacquiao fight. The biggest fight of your career. Yes. Sign with us, and I'm going to give you that fight." Soon as Bud Crawford signed that contract, I can't do it. I can't. Manny Pacquiao doesn't want to fight. I don't know what's going on. But that's it. You sign a contract. Manny Pacquiao leaves. Signs a co-promotion with Golden Boy to fight Lucas Matisse. And then boom, he goes with PBC. And now Bud Crawford is hooked on a contract because it was promised to him that he was gonna get a big fight with Manny Pacquiao. But Bud Crawford's ego is too big. He won't say to the world that he did a mistake to sign with Top Rank because he was promised the Manny Pacquiao fight. So well, he won't look dumb. Top Rank won't look dumb. They ain't gonna say that. But that's the only logical. You already know what I say in my videos. I only break things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. And that's the only logical thing, only logical reason why I see Bud Crawford re-signing with Top Rank when he didn't have to. Packers never good. Nah, Packers fought everybody and has gone up in weight fighting everybody. For anybody to say that Pacquiao ducked anybody, it's out of their minds. Everybody, even Bud Crawford knows that. But Bud Crawford just needs to say that so he needs to bait somebody. Crawford. So I think everybody is vulnerable in some ways. Maybe I don't know. Um, just gotta have the right fighter to attack that vulnerability. So so you see the pay-per-view numbers for Bud Crawford is low. Should be higher. Should be higher. And then people saying Bud Crawford has no personality. He needs to talk more. He needs to self-promote more. And Bud Crawford be like, I'm just want to be myself. I don't need to go ride around everybody. I'm myself. I'm humble. I don't say too much. I let my hands do the talking. But no, the fans don't want to hear that. They saying, Bud Crawford, yeah, you don't have personality. You need to talk more. You need to pressure these fighters to fight you. And now he's talking that ish. He's talking that smack. He's in Twitter. He's bam bam bam. He's going at Errol Spence. He's almost taking his manhood on Twitter. And now people saying what Bud Crawford is saying. He should shut up. What do people want from Bud Crawford? I'm asking, forget Bud Crawford. What do people want from fighters? Because whether you like it or not, whether you're a fan of his or not, he's doing what fighters are supposed to be doing. Calling out, being a champion, fighting champion, because you gotta fight a champion to be a champion, unless if you Devin Haney. But you gotta fight a champion to be a champion. Yeah, I know. He's going after fans too, right? He's going after fans. If you look at his Twitter feed, he's going after fans. He's talking. He's cursing. He's talking. He's boisterous and all. But now people want to be quiet when he's been quiet his whole career. People got to choose what they want from this guy. I want that. And then there's some people, Errol Spence fan, will be like, well, and people was ducking Errol Spence. Well, all right, so is Errol Spence going to do the same thing now? Come on. Smash the like button. You already know, man. This is Punch Drunk Boxing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, damn it, subscribe to the channel. I'm your boy. New voice of boxing. Break things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. And if you want to add donation to the super chat, donations. I don't need no donation. Damn it, donation. We need new cameras. We need new space. We need new technology. So, yo, to be honest, I'd rather have Bud Crawford talking. How about that? Maybe he needs to try some new things. Because now everybody want to talk about his pay-per-view numbers or his numbers itself. So you know what? Maybe he needs to try some new things. Maybe he needs to stop being the nice guy. How about that? Maybe he needs to stop being the quiet guy. It ain't working out for him. Number-wise, right? And also, you got to put the blame also Top Rank. I don't want to hear that, oh, you heard that excuse that Bob Arum gave about Americans not going to watch fighting events or paying for it. Yo, my man, that's your job. That's why they call you a promoter. If you can deliver for Bud Crawford, why the hell is Bob Arum even getting a cut? Your job is to promote the fighter and promote the event, buddy. Don't tell me that I can't sell numbers. It's your job to bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. I'm gonna do my part, and I think Bud Crawford does his part in the ring. But I don't think, but I don't want to hear that. Oh, this new technology, and no, you're a promoter and you're getting paid. You have to promote me, and if not, and if you can't, then be your own boss or go to PBC where they don't have a promotional company that promotes fighters. They only have promotional companies they hire to promote events. Thus, Crawford signing with PBC. I think isn't he part of the LDB? I didn't even watch these dudes' video. No lie. When I first was trying to, you know, when you work a lot, sometimes you wanna catch up. A couple years ago, and you go into these channels and check them out. And then I saw the stuff that they were saying and the biasness. I said, yeah, man, I could do my own stuff, man. I don't need to get no information from these guys. I get my information from myself. And I started watching these channels, and they so damn biased. I don't even know why. Like, who's paying you? Like, this is boxing. You a fan. Be a fan of boxing first. Of course, we can have our respective fans that we may like a boxer, but damn. I wonder what happens if Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence doesn't fight. What the LDBC Lady Boys gonna do? Talk about you racist. Yeah, man. I don't know why, man. Punch drum boxing is for the people. Put it that way. We all the human race. Ain't no colors. We all from the human race. We all one tribe, baby. We all one tribe. We all, this is gonna be the punch drunk tribe, and this is gonna the tribe is we're the sons and daughters of Christ, of God. How about that? No more black, no more white, no more Asian, no more Indian. We're just sons and daughters of the Lord. That's it. I'm cool with that. Or just be human. The human race. The LDBC, they not about colors anyway. And I don't even know what I'm talking about them, but that means you get this thing out of the way so people can understand about the LDBC. Because I think that people think that the LDBC is about blacks. They not about blacks. They about just a couple of black fighters. Because if they was, they'll support Anthony Joshua, which is African English as well. He's black, and they hate on Anthony Joshua. Exactly. That's what I said. So he's not from, and that's what I said. Is that they not in it for because they're for the blacks because they'll support Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is black. They only want to support a couple of their fighters that they like. It's not about black. It's about them being biased, and that's it, right? Because if the LDBC was about the blacks, they would love Anthony Joshua. And all that's just an excuse, y'all. All that is just an excuse. George Foreman versus Muhammad Ali, George Foreman versus Frazier versus Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard versus Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns. You ain't hear all this BS. Bud Crawford needs to do and needs to bark if he wants to eat. And me being a fight fan, I understand that and I gotta respect that. I like a little trash talk. I like it. It's the fight game. I don't like preach, preach. Closed mouth don't get fed. Exactly. You have to bark. There's other boxers that don't need to bark, but Bud Crawford needs to bark. Times is running out. And these are his prime years. And look who he's fighting in his prime years. Look who he's fighting. Nobody significant that's going to enhance his legacy. He knows it, and everybody knows it. He needs to bark. Even September 28th, that's his birthday. I had a video saying that Bud Crawford should go to the Porter and the Errol Spence fight, stand in the seat, and call out Errol Spence in front of the world physically, but he was celebrating his birthday somewhere. But had that been me, I'd be as the whole world know. I'm gonna call him out. The whole world is gonna see. All the casuals gonna see. See, because right now the casual is not into boxing. You feel me? At this moment, the casuals, since there's no fight, there's no dates, that's when the casuals don't pay attention to boxing. The casuals only pay attention to boxing when it's like 2 or fight week or fight day. But sometimes boxing have to do something. Got to think strategic. Bud Crawford should have been there September 28th. He should have been. He should have been in the arena. Oh, that's the car. Need So y'all already know, man. Subscribe to the channel again. Smash the like button. Hope everybody doing good. Hope everybody doing well. Kids back to school in certain places. I think I'm gonna do a video on where the hell is Keith Thurman? Hasn't Keith Thurman went from I go from top 5 to not mention at all? That Jay-Z line. He went from top dog to not mention at all. What's good? That's it. I'm telling you, fighting Manny Pacquiao's a dead end, buddy. Oh man, suicide mission. Playing the flute. And Fat playing the flute, the married life. Man, went from top guy to not mention at all of a married life. Forget about box. Hey, he got enough money. Hey, but you know what? I think one thing I could respect. Well, I always respect Keith Thurman. What I could respect about him is that he tells you straight up, like he don't clout chase nobody, and he don't keep people in the air. When people ask him, "Are you gonna fight Errol Spence?" No. Are you gonna fight this guy? No, I ain't gonna fight none of the top dudes. I'll probably go fight him in 2020. He tells you straight up, and you already know. You know I'm in the mountains. Keith Thurman be like, no. And then you got guys like Errol Spence or Bud Crawford that tell you, oh yeah, we're gonna fight soon. Or this fight doesn't want to be made because of this person, and this person doesn't want to get it made because of this person. Nah, man, no, let us know the truth so we wouldn't be asking the damn question. You see, nobody asking no Keith Thurman no more. He already answered the question last year. Does we living in a reality show era? People like reality show. We live in a vlog era. That's why people are into even people engaging in dialogue, and you don't have to be famous or things of that nature. People just like realness, right? Even though that social media got a lot of perception of people being fake, but people nowadays just like realness. That's why people like watching Love and Hip Hop. They love the Housewives, and all those shows. They like reality show. They like realness. So why don't these boxers just be real with the fans? They could be real with the fans. It's easy. Be real. Errol Spence, are you gonna fight Bud Crawford? Nah, I don't want to fight him right now because I'm gonna fight an easy fight next. Then I want to fight Manny Pacquiao, or I'm gonna fight Daniel Garcia, and I got no plans in fighting Bud Crawford 2020. And if he says it just like that, nobody's gonna question it. Then Bud Crawford will know, be like, yo, oh, he's saying he gonna fight me. Bud Crawford won't be calling him out. And then it's good. Whether people like it or not, but at least they being truthful. And at least us fans know what's coming. So fans and media outlets won't be having to ask those dumbass, those excuse my language, those dumb questions that they don't want, that they don't even want to answer, that they already answered. Right? Be real. Keep real. Like people want to be liars. Want to be liars. Yo, I haven't gave nobody the Pinocchio of the week. I haven't given nobody the Pinocchio in the week in several weeks. If y'all don't know about that, I give a person in boxing the Pinocchio of the week that be saying crazy stuff, that they be sounding like they be lying their ass off. I haven't given nobody the Pinocchio of the week. Let me know who you think I should give the Pinocchio man of the week. I'm a real boy. Who should I give the Pinocchio, Mr. Pinocchio of the week? I don't think nobody said nothing boisterous or nothing like that. Maybe I want to give the Mr. Pinocchio of the week, but I got to do a video about it. But who I'm thinking about right now, Mr. Pinocchio, about giving. I'm not giving him to him yet, but I'm thinking about giving. It's Ellerby, because the comments he made after the Javante Tank Davis, or during the week after the Javante Tank Davis fight. He said Javante Tank Davis is top 3 box office appeal. He packs the house. He's one of the guys that packs the house, top 3 in boxing. Trying to say that Javante Tank Davis is like a Canelo. That Javante Tank Davis is like a Manny Pacquiao. Anthony Joshua, because those are the top 3s I pops out of my head. So if Javante Tank Davis is top 3, who's coming out of that top 3 list? These guys are so worried about numbers, that they don't even give a damn about the legacy. If they could get the numbers, see, because I understand that it's prize fighting, of course. We understand it's prize fighting. But the numbers could be made by anybody. We don't care about the numbers, really. We care about the legacy. We care about the accomplishments. Numbers ain't nothing. What do you mean, punchline? Number is everything. Like if LB was in my face, what you talking about? What you know? Well, you're a promoter. Numbers is everything. Numbers is nothing. You know why? Because if Chris Brown, the dancer says, you know what? I want to fight um Tevin Farmer in a fight, and they have a little beef. The place might be sold out, but not because Chris Brown did something in the sport of boxing. It's just numbers. It's nothing that he earned. Just numbers. So we can't go by numbers. We got to go by accomplishments. We got to go by positioning. We got to go by belts. That's what we got to go by. So Javante Tank Davis could pack a house with 12,000 or 13,000 or 14,000 fighting Gamboa, and probably, so LB's gonna be like, oh, you know what? He could pack a house. This other fighter don't pack a house, so that's what they got to face in negotiations. Who cares about those numbers? If you say you're gonna come out with a rapper that has like 3 million followers, maybe they're there to see the rapper too. and not just only Davis. I'm just saying. Look like OJ. I'm just saying. So let me know what y'all want to see or what y'all want to hear more from Book Crawford. I want to see what this guy has to say, Errol Spence. He ain't say too much, but I would like to see his response. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dang, dang. Fix these rules. Fix these rules. Oh, what's that? For a little wiggle wiggle. So yeah, y'all. Talk to me. What y'all feel? What y'all feel out there, man, with this welterweight division? Looks like, to be honest, it looks like we don't even know who Buck Crawford's gonna fight next, and I don't even know who Manny Pacquiao's gonna fight next. And when you see things like that, you be like, why not fight each other? But I'm still one of the believers that I don't like this too much of a long layoff for Manny Pacquiao either, man. Last fight was in July. He's not trying to fight in almost a year for his age. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Well, I'm gonna end this live, y'all. Catch me later on. Probably go live later on. Oh, man, what the hell am I doing? That was the green light and I stopped. um, check the videos that I just dropped also. Um, y'all already know, man. Love y'all. God bless y'all. Hope you have a great morning. Hope you have a great afternoon. Car crash. Jeez, the division. Even if it wasn't for the car crash, I don't even. I still don't think that Errol Spence and Buck Crawford would have fought anyway. Because already the Dennis Garcia was lined up. So I don't even think the car crash changed anything, really. PBC already exposed themselves that they're just working with each other. They just want to work with each other, get that in-house money. And it's just right now, remember, Al Heyman runs his, especially the welterweight division, like it's a team. He's looking out for everybody. You see, Danny Garcia and Errol Spence, they're not fighting just because they're fighting. It's because he's strategically giving all the fighters their pay-per-view bouts. It's all about money. It's nothing about legacy. It's nothing that has to do with that. He promised Danny Garcia a pay-per-view bout, and he's gonna get it with Errol Spence. Boom, that's another pay-per-view bout. I wonder who Keith Thurman's gonna fight when he comes out of semi-retirement. Injured. Wonder who? They're not gonna put him in front of Ugas. Um, Sean Porter want. I don't think that he wants that rematch now. I say put two hurt people, two people that's coming off of injuries, and put them together, and they won't be no excuse. Put Errol Spence and Keith Thurman as their comeback fight. Since that was supposed to be the biggest PBC fight of this young era, might as well let them get it on. But then it takes away from Danny Swift Garcia that they was gonna promise him a pay-per-view fight. You see? Anyway, man, I don't, I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's going on. At the end of the day, man, Bill Crawford needs to do what he got to do. He need to bark. He need to talk his talk, whether people like it or not. He's a fighter that needs to eat and can't get a fight. It's Punch Drunk Boxing. Stay tuned. On to the next.